Once upon a time, in a faraway land, nestled among lush green mountains, there was a small and charming village. Everyone in this village worked in the fields during the day and shared stories by the fire in the evenings. But in this village, there was a child named Lyra. Unlike the other children who loved running and playing, Lyra loved gazing at the sky and dreaming. Sometimes she would look at the clouds and imagine they were dragons, and other times she imagined the stars whispering secrets to each other. Lyra also loved to draw. With her colorful paints, she would fill her notebook with huge castles, magical forests, and winged horses, then smile as she admired her creations. But the other children in the village would tease Lyra. "You're such a dreamer, Lyra. You're wasting your time thinking about things that aren't real," they would say. Although Lyra sometimes felt sad about their words, she held a secret in her heart. She believed that dreaming was actually a power. And this belief was her most precious treasure. One evening, as the sunset painted the sky gold, Lyra walked to the edge of the forest. The breeze was gentle, and the birds were singing their last songs. It was at that very moment that an adventure that would change Lyra's life forever began. As Lyra stepped into the sunlit forest, her heart beat with both excitement and a hint of fear. She decided to go deeper because she had always wondered, "I wonder what secrets lie deep within the forest." The trees stretched toward the sky, their branches entwined as if hugging one another. The leaves whispered softly, as if the forest itself wanted to share its secrets. Lyra took another step and tripped over a tiny stone. Just as she was about to fall, a sparkling light caught her eye. Leaning closer, she saw a tiny creature, a light-winged fairy. Its wings shimmered like morning dew in the sunlight, and its eyes were as deep as the night sky. "Hello," Lyra said shyly. The fairy smiled softly. "Hello, Lyra. I can see you because you believe in your dreams." Lyra blinked in surprise. "I believe in my dreams, but are you real?" Lunaria laughed and fluttered her wings lightly. "Am I not real? If you believe, anything is possible. I have come to show you the land of dreams." Lyra's heart raced with excitement. "The land of dreams? Where is that?" she asked curiously. Lunaria placed her hand gently on Lyra's shoulder and brightened her light. "Follow me. But you must know, this journey requires courage. Only those who trust their imagination can pass." And so Lyra began walking into the depths of the forest, guided by Lunaria's glowing light. With each step, the trees grew taller, the leaves shimmered brighter, and the forest became even more magical. Soon, Lyra noticed tiny lights dancing between the trees. Even the birds' songs had changed melodically, as if the forest was celebrating the arrival of a new visitor. At that moment, Lyra realized, this forest was no ordinary place. Here, dreams could become reality. As Lyra and Lunaria moved deeper into the forest, they saw a shining light on the horizon. As it grew, the surrounding trees vanished, revealing a dazzling, colorful land, the land of dreams. This was a place Lyra had never seen before. Giant book trees stretched toward the sky, each branch held stories, with leaves flipping open and closed like pages. Colorful flowers shimmered with tiny dancing lights in the breeze, and stones on the ground played melodies. Paper birds flew across the sky, and the clouds seemed almost within reach. As Lyra gazed in wonder, Lunaria approached. "This is the reflection of your imagination. Anything you think of can come true here. But remember, the lights of the land of dreams only shine for hearts that believe in friendship and goodness." Lyra raised her tiny hands, and suddenly, colorful balloons appeared in the empty space around her. They mingled and floated in the sky, creating a festive atmosphere. "Wow!" Lyra exclaimed. "Even dreaming here feels like magic." Lunaria nodded. "Yes. But never forget, every beauty needs protection. Dark forces threaten the land of dreams, and it will take your courage and friendship to overcome them." At that moment, Lyra saw a tiny squirrel on the ground and a glowing turtle in the sky. They greeted Lyra warmly. "Hello," said the squirrel. "I'm Pistachio. We need help from our friends here." The turtle smiled slowly. "And I am Sage. Lyra, everyone here needs the light of hearts that believe in friendship." Lyra smiled at the fairy. "I want to help. But I don't know how." Lunaria fluttered her wings gently. "Trust your imagination, Lyra. When you work together with your friends, even the darkest shadow can be illuminated. Our journey begins now." And in that moment, Lyra felt the power of imagination and the strength of true friendship for the first time. Her adventures in the land of dreams had begun. As Lyra, Pistachio, and Sage walked along the colorful paths of the land of dreams, the sky suddenly darkened. The bright lights faded, and the clouds turned gray. Silence filled the forest, sending shivers through their hearts. Suddenly, a dense shadow appeared in the air. It spread like dark mist, dulling everything it touched. Lyra was frightened, but Lunaria stood beside her. What is that?" Lyra asked, trembling. Lunaria answered seriously. "It is the Dark Shadow, an ancient power that threatens the land of dreams. It feeds on forgotten dreams, on the dreams people stopped believing in. If we do not stop it, all the lights here will go out." Pistachio bravely stepped forward. "We need to stand together. Each of our dreams can form a light. But alone, no one can stop it." Sage nodded slowly. "Friendship and trust are the strongest weapons against darkness. Lyra, nothing can be done without your courage and the support of your friends." Lyra took a deep breath and looked at her friends. "All right, we can do this together." The dark shadow approached, enveloping everything around them. Pistachio quickly climbed the branches to distract the shadow, Sage moved steadily to block its path, and Lunaria shone her light, turning to Lyra. "Lyra, now your imagination must take action. Open your heart and use your true power." Lyra closed her eyes and held her friend's hands. Thinking of her dreams and their friendship, a glowing light began to form around them. A tiny spark appeared first in Lyra's hands, then spread to Pistachio and Sage. The dark shadow flailed angrily, but the light grew stronger with each passing second. Lyra's courage, the love of her friends, and their combined dreams gradually pushed the shadow back. Finally, Lyra shouted, "With our dreams and friendship, we are defeating the darkness." Suddenly, the shadow vanished. The lights of the land of dreams shone again, the colors became more vibrant, and melodies more joyful. Lyra, out of breath, had a huge smile on her face. She looked at her friends. "We did it! We did it together!" Lunaria fluttered her wings and smiled gently. "This is the power of imagination and friendship. Remember, Lyra, true magic lies in believing from the heart and in friendship." After the dark shadow disappeared, the land of dreams began shining even more brightly. But Lyra and her friends realized that for the land to be fully illuminated, more effort was needed. Lunaria's words echoed in their minds. Without hearts that believe in friendship, the land cannot be fully bright. Lyra, Pistachio, and Sage joined hands. Lyra closed her eyes and thought of her dreams, her friends' love, and everything they had accomplished together. Pistachio added his courage and joyful memories, while Sage contributed wisdom and patience. Lunaria surrounded them with her glowing wings. Now unite. Your dreams and friendship will become light, completely banishing the darkness. Lyra took a deep breath and whispered, "With our friendship and dreams, we will bring the light back." At that moment, a tiny spark rose from their hands, spreading into the sky. It grew into a glowing orb, drawing in all colors and melodies, wrapping the land of dreams like a rainbow. Pistachio jumped joyfully. "Look! The light is everywhere." Sage smiled calmly. Power multiplies when combined. Friendship becomes light even in the darkest moments. Lyra looked around, watching her friends. Each glowing light reflected their courage and love. Lunaria hovered in the sky and whispered to Lyra, "See, Lyra? When your dreams and friendship come together, even darkness turns into light." At that moment, all the colors, melodies, and lights of the land of dreams merged. The forest, sky, book trees, flowers, and birds were more alive and happy than ever. Lyra felt a deep pride in her little heart. As a dreamer, she had accomplished the impossible with her friends' support. After this magical adventure in the land of dreams, Lyra decided to return to her village. Lunaria fluttered her wings gently and smiled. "It's time, Lyra. But remember, never stop believing in your imagination and friendship. True magic lies within your heart." Lyra hugged her little friends, Pistachio and Sage, and thanked them. "Thank you for accepting me and being light together. I will never forget this adventure." Lunaria touched Lyra's shoulder, shining like a star. "If you ever want to come back, the land of dreams will be waiting for you." When Lyra opened her eyes, she found herself at the edge of the fields near her village. The sunset painted the sky golden, and the birds sang their final songs. But Lyra no longer felt alone. Her heart carried the light of the land of dreams and the warmth of friendship. The other children of the village came to Lyra, curious. "What were you doing, Lyra? Why do you always spend time with dreams?" Lyra smiled and said, "Using our dreams and sharing them with friends allows us to be a light even in darkness. Sometimes what we see isn't real, but believing and being together is the greatest magic." From that day on, Lyra's stories and imagination inspired all the children in the village. No one teased Lyra for being a dreamer anymore. Everyone understood that dreaming and believing in friendship could make the world a better place. And every night, Lyra looked at the sky, remembering Lunaria winking at her from the land of dreams and the twinkling stars. For true magic lies in believing from the heart and in friendship.